Hey, Family Meeting Cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
The law office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you. Whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck, you better call Darnell. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI? I think you better call Darnell. Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony? I think you better call Darnell. Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm? I think you better call Darnell. When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home? I think you better call Darnell. That's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Hello, my name is James Harrell, and I'm a PADI Master Scuba Diver Trainer, and you can reach me at 708-785-3699, and you're listening to The Family Meeting.
This is Attorney Darnell Lyles, and every Sunday I listen to The Family Meeting.
Welcome to the Web Goodies. The Family Meeting. My cord's twisted up here a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man. Grab your phones. Find us on social media. You know how that works. Subscribe, like, and all that kind of stuff. But also visit the webpage, tfmradioshow.com. Hit that page, tfmradioshow.com. Find our archive broadcasts there, our music playlists, and the link to the live broadcast going on right there, right now. That website again, tfmradioshow.com. Also, in the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything is our white slave. That would be Devin.
Right over there.
Bouncing around here. It had a little time off before the show today, huh? Little time off, huh? As is Paul, our other white slave, bouncing around here. Hey, man, in that aforementioned webpage, you can go there, tfmradioshow.com. We need your support. Go there and become a patron of the broadcast. Click the button, become a patron for as little as $5 a month. tfmradioshow.com. The show is sponsored by the Polaris Insurance Agency. Get life insurance without having some old stinky insurance guy in the house all night long. Go there today. Get you some insurance. Polaris, the number 4, insurance.com. Polaris4insurance.com. The lines fill quickly. The number is 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. In the studio with us today is the black Asian dude coming off of COVID.
Yes. Tell
everybody about your COVID experience, man.
Well, you know, Ann got it and was doing everything in her power to give it to me, and I was dodging the bullet.
That's just so lovingly.
I dodged the bullet for about 5 days. We, stayed in separate parts of the house and all that good stuff. And then she gave it to me, man, handed it off like a baton.
That's your fault, though, man.
I know it is. But
because you got your dumb ass in the car with her.
Yeah.
And rode for an hour or two.
Yeah.
What'd you expect? Did you open the windows? No, hell no, you didn't. No, hell no. What'd you expect, man? What'd you expect?
When we got to the toll booth, I did. That was about it.
That's like I say all the time. If you get COVID now, it's your fault.
Pretty much. Yeah. But here's the thing. I knew it was just going to be a matter of time. If I dodged that bullet, I would have been lucky, to be honest. But it wasn't. This is what I'll say. We're four times vaccinated, okay, and followed all the protocols, as you well know, and preached all about following all the protocols. But if you're going to catch it from your spouse, that's who you'd want to catch it from, rather than being stupid and catching it from being out there irresponsible. So at the end of the day, the symptoms were extremely mild. It was nothing worse than having a really bad sinus cold. I took a lot of over-the-counter, some of the stuff that you had recommended, and just hydrated. And then I kind of quarantined myself so I wouldn't get it give it back to Ann or give it to somebody else, and tested 4 days later and was fine. So, but I will say this, people that I've talked to that unfortunately haven't gotten vaccinated or have not gotten the 4 full series of the vaccines, much worse symptoms. Younger than me, much worse symptoms. So I can only speak to the science. Get you, as our good friend Matt would say, get the damn shot.
Get the damn shot.
So,
yeah. Well, it's good to have you back, man.
I'm glad to be back. I was getting in the car. I was excited to get here, so that's a good thing.
Good for you, man. Good for you. You know, I'm a bit of a wordsmith is probably too. It gives me too much credit, but
No,
I enjoy words.
You do,
right? And whenever somebody presents me with a new word that I haven't heard or I don't understand the meaning of, you know, I always stop. Wait. What's that mean? What's that word mean? I'm not the kind of guy that lets you just throw words out there that I don't understand. I want to know.
Right.
Because I'm curious.
He's intellectually curious.
Right. I want to know what that word means. And so a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't want to look or feel stupid.
Right.
When you when you
that's
actually look smart by asking about the word.
That's self-imposed, the idea of feeling stupid.
Right. So I subscribe to this daily email called Word Genius. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, Word Genius. So they send you a new word every day. And this is the geeky part of me, right? So I get a new word every day, right? Today's word happened to be mononym. Mononym.
Is that okay? So what does that mean? But does it mean one?
Well, you would think so, based on mono. Yeah,
one syllable?
Mononym. Right. It's spelled M-O-N-O like mono. N-Y-M, I think.
Okay.
Mononym. Right. So they give you the phonetic part of the word.
Yeah.
And then they give you a definition. They use it in a sentence. And mononym is this was a confusing word to me. I'd never heard it before, but it is Prince is a mononym.
What?
A person that you can call by one name. Madonna.
Really?
Yeah. Rihanna.
Well, I guess those are their real names, but I mean they're absorbed names.
Well, it's not. It's just
it doesn't
it's just
matter.
you know them by one name.
So you could okay. So Magic, as in Magic Johnson, could not really or
Magic would be a mononym.
Okay.
You know who you're talking about by one name.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
So did you? Okay. All right. Y'all got to give us a little geek moment. Did you, growing up, have both a dictionary and a thesaurus?
No, I wasn't like that.
Okay. Well,
I wasn't that interested when I was younger. This is something that's actually fairly new.
So as you got older, I mean, high school, college, after school, once you
It was after college, man. It was after college. When I began in my career, and I had a chance to watch people who worked with me in my field who had an expansive vocabulary. Mm-hmm. And it always was, I just liked how words.
Yeah.
So I've developed a bit of a skill in explaining things to people in that regard because I like words.
Yep.
Right. So that's, I gave you one of those Rachel Maddow kind of intros there. It's like irrelevant to anything else. Right.
But she does tie it together. It just takes her.
But she talked too damn much too.
Long.
Yeah. She talked too damn much.
All right. So it's spelled M-O-N.
M-O. It's mono. I think it's N-Y-M.
N-Y.
Mononym.
Mononym.
Right. That's the geek moment of the day. Earlier in the week, a word came through on Word Genius, mendacity.
I believe I know what that means.
Mendacity. It basically means, means lying.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it basically means lying. It's untruthfulness.
Right.
In other words.
I've heard it used in a sentence. That person had the mendacity to say that Eric was 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but it's deceit, deception. It's about lying, being untruthful. It's in that vein.
Yeah.
Right. So when I got that word, that was on like Tuesday, I think. I think it was Tuesday. That was the word.
Okay.
And when I watched the January 6th hearings, I thought to myself, this is all mendacity. This is all about people lying. Right.
And as a result, I'm going to reference them in a mononymic fashion.
Okay. I don't know if that's a word. I don't think you used it right there, man. This is all about, I mean, this whole week, It's not even. It's more than that. So for instance, start with what happened in Uvalde, right? The first thing the cops did is start lying. Yeah. Everybody started lying about everything, right? Yeah. Which is the culture of policing in this country, is to lie.
Eric, they even lied about how they were restraining parents or preventing parents from going in to try to save their own children.
Lie. And get together and group lie, right?
And to Eric's point, I mean, the first thing that came to mind when he said the culture in America with policing, I go back to Laquan McDonald. They lied their behinds off.
Immediately. And they got together and conferred so that they make sure the lies matched.
Went and got a videotape. And
professional liars, right? They went around harassing store owners and snatching their videotapes so their lie couldn't be uncovered. Mm-hmm. Just lying. And to that end, too, I'm going to tell you this because it's controversial. It seems like controversy is a thing around here, hey, Devin? The way this country does policing does not work.
No, it doesn't, y'all.
So listen, all this good cops, all that stuff, I ain't trying to hit it.
Nope.
Right? And there's a difference between when we say these kind of things, I think people in general, when they say these kind of things, like when they say things about white people, they're not talking about a white person. They're not talking about you, the white person. Mm-hmm. They're talking about the collective body.
Right. Kind of its own institution.
Yeah, it's like an institution, right? The institution of policing in this country does not work. It's not broken.
It doesn't work. Period.
It needs to be completely blown up. You can characterize that as defund the police,
hating the police,
or reorganize the police, or re-engineer the, however you want to do it. It doesn't work.
Right.
Right? It just doesn't. And all the data, I'm going to go through it today because I don't even have it in front of me to give it to you. But the data will tell you it doesn't work. If you want the data that you get from policing in this country, if you looked at the data, you would say that's a waste of money, what you're getting from policing, right? Yep. The culture of policing is to lie.
Yep.
It is to it is a us and them mentality that's grown into policing. They are an entity, and the citizenry that they're supposed to be protecting is another entity.
Anytime the other,
and they're outsiders.
Right. I was just going to say, anytime the other, or as Eric's word, outsiders, opposes what police do, then in many cases they get together
like a street gang
and say, "Let's get our story together."
And they become menacing.
Very much so, to the detriment of the people that they're supposed to be protecting and serving.
The collective body of policing. Now, you can tell me I know a good cop. We know a good cop. Bubbles is a cop in D.C.
We got them in our family, respectively, across the board.
Yeah, we know a good cop. I'm talking about the collective body of policing does not work. And to that point, even deeper, for these so-called good cops, so-called, I didn't mean to say so-called, there are good cops.
Right.
Individual people who are good cops who mean to do the right thing. If they buck the system, they're in danger.
Right.
The gang will turn on them.
And more so, in many cases, more so than the citizenry that calls out what the policing isn't doing well.
So here's where mendacity comes up again, right? I heard that one police officer that's always on CNN, and he talks about having been dragged into the crowd, Michael Fennell.
Got it.
And so he quit the D.C. police.
Yep.
Because he was being threatened.
That's to do with the beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who can't control his language on television.
I don't blame him. But you see, sorry.
They let him cuss on TV because he can't control his language.
Moment of digression. It's kind of, I'm okay with that because it kind of needs to be handled that way. Right?
Yeah, like you need to say what you mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
So he quit the D.C. police because police officers, his brothers, his quote-unquote brothers, were threatening him.
Is that crazy?
Right? You're a traitor to the badge, they told him. Because he talked about that white mob that attacked the Capitol.
Listen,
and they called him a traitor to his badge.
I want him to go out and make as much money as he can as an analyst, as a commentator, whatever. Get paid multiples of thousands of dollars, because if your own quote-unquote family is turning against you, the quote-unquote officers who's supposed to serve and protect, if they're turning against you, then go be an analyst and make a bunch of money and tell them to go kick rocks.
Let me tell you how police operate, right? So now, because of what I just said, right, There's a police station right down the street from us. Right? We see them all. We see police zooming up and down Milwaukee Avenue all the time. Right? So now I have to have a legitimate concern when I walk out of here.
We both do.
If somehow, some way they heard what I said, or word gets to them I said what I said.
Eric is a grown.
They're going to go out there and put a ticket on my car just to make it bad for me.
Look, y'all.
Because they're menacing.
Eric is a grown A man. And when we leave here, I want to make sure that he gets in his car safely. I don't pull away too quickly for all those reasons.
Well, you're a co-conspirator in what I've said today, so they're probably going to get you too.
They're going to get me first. You know that's the case. They're going to let you go.
So just the mere fact that has to be a concern. No, you don't have to worry about that. Officer friendly. Nah, that's some BS.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Right. There's some mendacity in saying that.
And I know this for a fact because I frequent that every Sunday. I frequent the Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee and water for you and me. And 3 out of 4 Sundays a month, there's at least 2 officers in there getting something about because this is shift
they
change.
Get it for free.
They get it for free. They do drop something in the tip jar, but they do get it for free.
Right.
And I speak to them all the time. But
because they're good cops.
Why do I speak to them? E?
So they don't harass you.
Bingo.
Right. You try to diffuse the situation.
Bingo. I walk in. I see the car in the lot. I go, okay, let me look and see. Are they both? And is one in the car? No, they're both inside. Okay, well, let's walk in. Hands open, hands out.
So they can see your hands.
So they can see my hands.
Right.
You know, I don't reach in my pocket when I'm coming in. I got my hands free.
Because we as black men have to worry about being policed.
Right.
Everybody else.
Hey, it's officer
use
friendly.
them as protectors.
Right.
Oh, thank God the police are here. If I see the police, oh, hell no.
Yeah. And God forbid, Eric and I rode into the studio together, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to stop and get some coffee and water.
There's 2 of us in the car.
And we go, yeah. You know,
Right.
do I say, Eric, you stay in? The safety thing is for both of us to go into Dunkin' Donuts at the same time. So
here again, mendacity, right? Mendacity all over that. However you want to use the word in a sentence, there's mendacity involved.
When you call in or send something on YouTube today, use the word in a sentence.
Use the word mendacity, yeah, best you can. This whole one January 6th hearing thing, right? So watch this, man. Y'all know this by now. Because the right, Republicans, and the people who support them do not want you to see that they've been lying. Because they don't want you to know about their mendacity, Fox News didn't run any commercials while the hearings were going on so that you wouldn't be tempted to switch the station and go back and see what's going on for real. That's what they did. They're co-conspirators in a lie, in a large lie. They got a whole bunch of people in this country, intellectually lazy-ass people, thinking something that ain't true.
Yep.
And they're working hard to make sure they don't find out.
Yep. And they've amped up this is the other cynical, craven part. They've amped up their reach on military installations of having Fox News be the preferred channel. I mean,
state TV is brainwashing going on.
It's brainwashing going on.
And listen, ain't nothing we're going to do about that.
Nope.
There are people who are too intellectually lazy to consume information and make legitimate decisions. You see them all the time. They're being teased on TV, especially on the Comedy Channel, where you can see them being interviewed and offering conflicting statements. That doesn't make any sense. What the hell are you talking about?
Jordan, what's the dude's name?
Jordan Klepper.
Klepper, yeah.
Yeah, so it goes on and on and on with that, right? So then you got these golfers.
Oh, gosh.
Playing in this LIV tournament, right, for their blood money, right? I heard one of them say the other day, somebody asked him about the Saudi prince.
Yeah.
And he says, well, everybody makes mistakes. Like killing somebody and chopping them up is a damn mistake.
That's a mistake? Wait, Eric. The Hanzo sword got slipped out of my hand.
Oops.
12 bone joints? Really?
So, yeah, listen, I'm not trying to judge it. Get your money, man. I can't promise you if you offered me $10 million to play golf for them people, I can't promise you that I wouldn't play. But I'm just saying, don't walk around saying you made a mistake.
Just say I'm doing it for the money. Get out of my face.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing on that. This is the part that I'm.
Wait. Okay. 773-763. We got more. We're going to talk about mendacity some more, y'all.
Yes, we are.
773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Then you say I'm untrue. be a fool who sits alone waiting for you. But if you really love me, won't you tell me? Yeah. And if you really need me, won't you tell me?
This is Paul Mark Wallace, president of NSYNC Consulting Services. Our website is www.nsynccs.com. Keep listening to The Family Meeting.
Calling me all the while. You are saying, baby.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors.
ETA Creative Arts Foundation is bringing community back to the community with its Outside the Box social events, starting Monday, November 29th with House Music Mondays, Tuesdays, 1-2 Step, Stepper Set, Wednesdays, Open Mic Night, Thursdays, Karaoke Night, and Friday, All Laughs, No Play comedy series hosted by Comedian Stick. For more information about our weekly series, visit www.etacreativearts.org. That's www.etacreativearts.org.
Hey, this is Brittany Perry. Did you know there's a black-owned footwear brand based here in Chicago? Perry Co. Shoes creates affordable luxury footwear and accessories for both men and women. Whether you're in a suit or out with friends, they provide pieces you can wear on a daily basis. Breaking barriers, inspiring style. Visit www.perrycoshoes.com to purchase a pair today. That's www.perrycoshoes.com.
How about the possibility of you and I? Lady, can we try? Lady, say you with it. If you're not with it, then excuse me. Make you stay. If you wanna go, sugar, I can't make you love me. If your heart says no, but there's one thing I'm certain of, and I know it's true. Can't nobody love me like I do, like I do. Hey, excuse me, please. You sure looks good to me with your straight hair appraised. Can I get my mama's ways? How about the possibility of you and I? Lady, can we try? Lady, say you with it. If you're not with it, then excuse me.
Hi, this is Valerie Simutis, and I am on the executive board for Women's March Illinois. Welcome back to the family meeting.
773-763-9270. So everybody's lying to each other about any number of things.
This is true.
Right? It's either has to do with relationships or money or political power or something. Everybody's lying. Everybody's lying about something. You know what bothered me about the January 6th hearings? They didn't have any of the squad there.
I know.
How are you just going to have to exclude them?
Yeah, well.
They exclude them from everything.
Yeah, because they don't want a bigger voice, a more a less BS voice.
With a scripted one. I mean, first off, I didn't learn anything new, right? I'm waiting. They got more hearings coming up. Let's see if we can learn something new. But, okay, now what?
Yeah,
I mean when this is over, then what?
Yeah, where are they going to take this in terms of...
Nowhere. What's nothing they can do.
What's the prosecutorial step they can
They
take
can't.
next? They can't. They don't have the power to prosecute. They have to refer to the Justice Department.
It's all Department of Justice stuff.
And
right? So at the end of the day, what's it all about? What are you doing?
I don't know.
Besides put on a show.
I don't know. I mean, and if it's designed to kind of, damp down... well, listen, the people, the the whatever number of people that voted for 45 in the 2020 election that are going to be, carryover voters to the midterms, they've made their mind up already. So
you ain't finna change them.
They're not going to change their minds. If there's a goal anywhere, maybe it's two-pronged, and that is to get some of the selfish, if I don't get what I want, Democratic voters who are saying Biden's not giving me everything I want, so I may not vote.
That's not going to happen either. I mean, everybody's in their corners now.
They're not going to. So I'm saying those people.
It's this magical middle that they're chasing now. I mean, what does it take for? Why would you even be in the middle? The fact that you're in the middle after all that you've seen.
I got a problem with that.
Yeah, I mean,
if I see you walking down the street and you're like, yeah, I'm really not decided yet because, I know that these guys are doing this and these guys aren't doing that, but I can't really.
Well, what's your morality?
Where are you on this? I mean, everything.
The biggest lie you can tell is not to somebody else; it's to yourself.
It's to yourself,
and they're lying to themselves, right? Just like these golfers, you're lying to yourself. I got to make a living. I'm gonna go play for this guy who killed a man and chopped him up. I'm gonna go play for his money, man. Please listen, man. I can't promise you if I could play golf like they would. I can't promise you that I wouldn't go get that money. I can't.
But I
wouldn't stand around saying nothing. I wouldn't.
No, but see, here's the thing. This is where the funny thing about it is, this is where they're kind of punking out because they know that they're going for the money, but they can't speak about the dude that's backing the tour or the dudes, plural, that are backing the tour because where are they playing?
I mean, we all go through this every day. I mean, so if you have a job.
Yeah.
If you have a job right now, there's certain things I know you observe. There's certain people I know you observe that are engaged in disgusting behavior, in behavior that is similar to what you saw from the imbecile in the White House formerly, right? You know that they're supporters of that garbage, but they have something to do with you maintaining your paycheck and thus your mortgage and your lights and your kids' tuition and all that stuff. So listen, I'm going to find a way to kind of stay away from him. And no, wait a minute, hold on a second. I can't promise you that I wouldn't do the same thing, but I can promise you that I'm going to say something.
Right. Yeah, that's the difference for us is that because Eric and I are in that situation all the time, and maybe uniquely different than those who are maintaining a job. But we're not. I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying,
lying to yourself that this is okay.
Eric and I have scenarios that most white folks can't speak to, which is we have to go on meetings, talk with people who may inadvertently, accidentally, or feel comfortable enough to say certain things because they think they've befriended us as black professionals.
Yeah, like when they call you bro.
Right.
Hey, man.
or try to over-dap us up, or try to be, use a certain dialect that's familiar to being one of brown skin.
Yeah, try to throw an ain't in there or something like that.
And we have to look at that situation in a professional environment and go, okay, I want this client, but I got to let him know, hey, man, I don't want you that bad. You got to draw back a little bit on that.
There's a line here, right? And again, this is all about the mendacity thing. Do your best now to use mendacity in a sentence. I'm still struggling with it myself. But listen, everybody's lying. They're lying. You're lying if you're at work with somebody who's like that, and you say, well, I'm just no, you're lying to yourself if you're saying this is okay. I can make this work. You can't.
Yeah, you have to call it out and take the chances on it, or just lie to yourself. Because if you don't speak to it,
if you're not around people who can accept the fact that you're going to identify that as a problem, then you're in the wrong place by definition.
There's no question about it. You got to make a decision. Call it out. Take your chances. Take your lumps. Because you can't live in today's society and run around like that.
No, I mean we've spoken to people here on the air who've known police officers who harbor certain sentiments.
Yep.
Right. Well, he's my neighbor. He's a buddy of mine. No. Oh no, he's the problem.
And you got to. We've had
you become a co-conspirator when you know that's going on and you let it persist.
You let it persist because you can't then saddle up with cats like me and Eric, and still saddle up with that dude because when things get thick, we have to know that you're going to cover the way that we believe you would. But if you're partnering with that mindset. And allowing that mendacity to be part of your, interaction.
I think you used it wrong there. I think you used it wrong.
allowing the mendacity, the lying?
I don't know, but I'm still working through it.
That's okay. We said we were going to try. See, there you go. I'm not afraid to try. I'm not afraid to say somebody you lying your behind.
Think about it this way, though. Think about it this way. So if you are going out of your way to make sure that you don't engage them or raise their ire, or sometimes you just want to avoid political conversations with people like that. I mean, I get that. You don't want, because you don't want to talk to them, right? But you can't walk around not wanting to talk to them. You got to make them walk around not wanting to talk to you.
Exactly. I want to stay away from Eric because,
because he's going to give me what for how I think.
Right.
Because that's what we have now, right?
That's
all the
exactly
imbeciles.
right.
Remember, for those of you who've listened to us for a while now, we'd get Cosmos imbeciles every once in a while.
Yep.
Who would make all kinds of claims. There are shows on this station that allow that to happen. We don't let that happen. So because the smoke was too much for them, they don't come here anymore. They don't call here.
Nope.
Right? So now they're forced to be in their corner and avoid us. I'm not going to be about the business of avoiding them. If I know you're that way, you're going to get smoked.
Because I
don't care who you are.
That's a thing of freedom. So when we go back, let's go back
to freedom. You're right.
That's freedom. Let's see. Eric and I talk about this a lot when with stuff.
You have the mendacity to have freedom.
I
don't think I used
it. We have the courage to have freedom, which is to speak our minds. Listen, Eric says this all the time, and that is take a side, take a position, stand for.
Be clear about it.
Be clear about it.
We got to know.
Because if otherwise...
I ain't sure. I know I treat you like I ain't sure.
Listen, Eric and I... our conversations are all over the map a lot of the times, and then when it gets down to cutting the nut, we know where we stand. Not even a question. You can say something. Eric can say something about something, and I may not be 100% there yet, but I'm thinking about, okay, let me work, and I'll work up to it and get to it. But trust me on this. If you cross Eric and I'm in your presence with some BS, you got to deal with me before you got to deal with him.
All kind of smoke.
So we want more people to embrace that. Yeah, you ain't going to agree on everything. Neither should you.
And then you're not going to change their minds.
No.
But the point is to make them
say, I got to stay away from Eric and Richard mindset because they're not going to let me get away with the BS.
Right.
They're just not. I mean, and I'm going to rope this in. I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Kev, Bob C, and my brother-in-law Joe. We had an interesting conversation yesterday, and I told them they're now not my brother-in-law Joe, but Kevin and Bob are new listeners to our show. Because I said, y'all need to hear what we have to say. And you need to listen to what we're talking about because it'll probably expand your thought process on some of these issues.
Because you like running a school for people.
I try to.
I don't tell nobody that.
I try for open enrollment. But the point I'm making is whether somebody new, old, or whatever doesn't change is not really my goal. I say to people very often, I'm not trying to change your mind. You don't have to agree with me, but this is where I stand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what ends up happening, what I thought I concluded, and I'm not completely convinced of this, is because of the mendacity. I may have used it wrong again. I'm trying. They say use the word 3 times it comes to your vocabulary. I've been struggling with mendacity, though, man. I can't.
Person is trying it in a sentence, and that's okay.
I can't make it work, man. Because of the lying that goes on, especially each person lying to themselves, what you end up doing is you end up nipping around the edges of the real problem.
That's right.
So,
are we lying? Okay, so are we lying right now as a society about guns and gun violence?
They're lying like hell. It's for money.
Right, because I'm of the mindset.
They're lying about that, too.
I grew up.
They're lying that's about the Second Amendment. It ain't about the Second Amendment. It's about money.
Because if we want to break down the words to the wordsmith in the room, and you pull out the section that says a well-regulated militia, then
but that's stupid to engage them in a conversation about something they don't really mean.
Well,
you don't mean that.
Right. They don't.
I'm not going to argue with you about what the Second Amendment says because you don't mean that.
That's exactly right. You mean this over here.
You mean the money.
Which is what you're lying about.
I want to know how much money you got.
And on top of that, it's the ability to protect themselves from their own fear. I mean, like when you see these pictures on...
It's about the money. It ain't about that either.
Well, it is. I think it is a little bit about their mindset of protect.
Nobody's breaking in their house. How many times you hear about somebody using their gun to fend off a robber or a burglar or something?
But
it doesn't happen.
But right, you're right. That's the thing. It doesn't happen.
Most of the time, you end up shooting your damn self.
Listen. For all you knuckleheads who want to believe that it's about having your guns to protect yourself from the the big bad wolf or the dude breaking into your house, how come we don't have the stories of a dude who was sitting in his rocking chair, chilling, watching the NBA Finals, and some knucklehead broke in his back door? He reached down in his little side spot of his rocking chair, pulled out his 38.
Well, really,
Glock.
he went up to his bedroom and said, "Hold on
a second."
He spun the lock.
I know you. Wait. I know you got to jump on me, but let me go upstairs. I got some treats up there. Let me bring some treats
some
down.
Snickers bars and some other things.
Just so you can be happy with your theft of my property.
Yeah,
we don't hear that story.
You walk in the house, sit down, and put your gun next to you. This ain't the little cowboy movie. That ain't what's happening.
You got 5-year-old and 7-year-old in your house, and you got a 38 sitting next to you.
Yeah, on the magazine rack. Come on, man. Listen, it ain't about the Second Amendment. It ain't about protecting yourself. It's about the money.
They're lying.
And they're lying to you about that, so they got you frightened into thinking that you're actually protecting yourself.
Right. And
it's the mendacity going on.
I use it wrong again. Here's the part of the lie that I'm just disgusted with. It's all these people who are using the phrase a good gun owner, a safe gun owner, whatever other adjective is used to describe a gun owner of a certain type. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I am proudly, unapologetically of the mindset, I don't give a damn about the Second Amendment. Get rid of not just assault rifles, and
get rid of all of them.
Get rid of all of them. Get rid of the shotguns.
If you think you need one, you probably need to not have one.
That's exactly right. How can Japan, you may have seen this thing floating around on social media about what it takes to buy a gun in Japan. It's like a 12-step program before you can get a gun.
And there was a guy that was not right in his head. Because of that process, he couldn't get a gun, so he attacked the school with a stick.
Right.
And they took that stick from him and beat his ass with it.
Right, I know. And so,
that's what needs to happen.
And Americans are such punks when it comes to that, and they're lying to themselves.
There was a bunch of the senators this week I saw being interviewed, and they were talking about the necessity for, one of them was in one of those rural states, about shooting hogs or raccoons or something.
Killing the raccoon.
Because the question was, why do you need an AR-15? And we're like, well, you needed to get rid of these hogs or something like that.
No, he said, and this is code. You and I know this is code. He said, we got a lot of raccoons in our farm area, and we need to kill the raccoons to keep them away from our chickens.
But he's mendacity again. He's lying. He's getting paid. He wants money. That's what it is. It ain't about the raccoons or the hogs or whatever.
And here's the thing that just
squirrels
blew me away is that Mitt Romney is the highest paid dude of the NRA, and I'm calling him paid of the NRA. Eric, $13 million.
Come on, man. And he got money already. What do you need more money for? That's just greedy.
He's worth $250 million.
That's just greedy.
What is he doing with that $13 million? Because there's no way.
So listen, here's the bottom line.
Going to the Mormon church?
They're lying. Fit the word mendacity in there however you can. This is all about mendacity. They're just lying. Everybody's lying about everything. Yeah, that's too big. I don't mean everything. I mean too much.
On these subjects, no, they're lying full tilt.
So what ends up happening is you end up nipping at the edges, right? So the kid goes in and shoots up a school, right? And you nip at the edges by talking about having stronger doors. Eric,
not doors. You're wrong. They can't have doors. They can only have one door.
One door. Bulletproof backpacks. I mean, that's nipping around the edges. How about dealing with, one, how that boy got a gun, and two, what happened to him where he thought that I'm going to go get a gun and shoot up a school? Why wasn't there somewhere along the way where somebody could intervene to help him from thinking that was how he was going to deal with whatever problem he had?
Yep.
But you don't want to do that. You want to make stronger doors, right? And then get more money. Everybody's lying.
And the money this is what cracks me up about the use of money. The money he used to spend, or he spent rather, to buy all that weaponry, he could have probably paid some of that money toward going to junior college or trade school by comparison. And I know that's how my brain works sometimes. It's like, really?
Yeah, there's a lot of different things he could have did. There's a lot of different things he could have done than shoot up a school.
But the problem is, with Eric's question, which is right on point, how did he get to that point? It's like when we see the murder of Laquan McDonald, Eric has said, y'all can go back and play the tape. Okay, we're all upset about all that happened and how the police officers now out of jail, running around, ready to go
kill somebody else.
But we asked the question, Eric took the lead on this. What happened that Laquan McDonald would have been out in the first place?
How did society fail Laquan McDonald such that he ended up on the street like that, getting shot 16 times?
And how did we fail this young man?
Right. But they don't want to deal with that, though.
Nope. They want to, and that's another one they want to dance around the
because
edge.
They always say, we don't want this to happen again. If you don't want it to happen again, prevent Laquan from being out on the street.
Right.
Prevent that boy from getting a gun or feeling like getting a gun and shooting up a school was the answer to whatever problem he had.
Bingo.
I mean, you don't want to do that.
That's right. And then the dude that murdered the people in Buffalo, the societal problem.
He was lied to.
He was bingo
about black people.
There it is. How many?
They got him all revved up and worried about all manner of things, and so he decides to go shoot up a damn grocery store.
Yeah.
So when you gonna stop letting people lie to people like that and get them all worked up?
We want to talk about care for folks. Sorry, we'll come back after the break, but that's a societal miss.
Yeah. So I agree with the argument, some of the argument that Wright's making about the mental illness part of it. Yeah. The society needs to care more. Stop with the punishment and talk about the care.
I'm not giving the right any credit on this one because they're the ones that cut the funding, both federally and statewide.
Their actions are different than their words. So they're lying about caring about people.
Right.
I get that. But the principle, I think that part of what they're saying is right.
Right. The words are right.
Right. The actions are completely opposite. 773. I'm gonna get y'all to the phone. I mean, this is a bit of a rant, a bit of a Rachel Maddow rant today. 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Kathy Gwynester, please do mylaundry.com and the Laundry Bag Incorporated. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Told me they had it all arranged. They had me down. That's the bank.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
We buy, we sell, we move, we store. Anything, anytime, anywhere. We do. The company that handles all your stuff. If you have anything that you want to do something with, please call us. We buy, sell, move, store, donate, discard. Anything, anytime, anywhere. eBay plus U-Haul equals we do. We are moving at the speed of life. Call Terry Calloway, 312-343-9973, or via email, contact him at terrycalloway58@gmail.com.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
My name is Vicki Miller Walton, and I listen to the family meeting.
773-763-9278. So I probably should apologize.
For what?
I mean, I don't like, I kind of, ranted a little bit on that thing. So I don't.
Well, can I
don't really rant.
Okay. Let me share something.
I think I rant. Do I rant? I don't rant.
No, it's rare, and so you get a wide berth for the times that you do because you don't do it often. You're pretty tight on the subject matter. But I have to tell you that I've had a number of people that have hit me on social media that have said they like it when we kind of dig in like that. I won't call it ranting.
Were we digging in? We
kind of dug in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a number of people that said, Rich, we like it when you guys really kind of drill in on the subject. So, to that end, you used 2 words to open up a conversation about something.
Okay. Where's that king?
And we're genius to send you a check for residuals for
Okay. So listen, I'm interested to hear from those of you who have got nothing better to do but listen to us. I don't really care have you thought that the hearings were effective. I want to know what you think comes of this. What happens? I mean, right now it's just a TV show and it goes off at some point. That's all it is because there's nothing they can act on.
Well, let's put 2 pieces to that. One, yes or no, not without a lot of elaboration. Did you think at this point that the hearings were effective? Yes or no?
Okay, wait. I don't like that though. I don't like that. Effective at what? At what?
Well, that's what my second part was going to be, and what will be the outcome, or what will be the...
It only matters if something changes. Otherwise, it's just a show.
Okay. All right.
So maybe that's the more appropriate question. Will something change? And I say no. I mean...
If you think... Okay, so when you call in or write in, if you think something will change, tell us what you think it'll actually be.
Yeah, because what you had is a large group of people who were lied to.
Yeah, a large group of people.
Yeah, they were lied to, and... Many of them have not come around. They still believe the lie.
But you know what, Eric? I'm going to go back to something.
They're still being lied to.
That's a constant with you and me, and that is, this is who this country is. That's been the tenor of a lot of my social media, communication. Listen, y'all stop whining about, that's how the only thing that happened was the lid got taken off of what was already and has been for decades boiling and bubbling. That's who these people are. People were buying guns for years. That it escalated when President Obama was elected and took the White House. Gun sales went up, like, I don't know what the numbers are. Somebody out there knows the numbers, but they went up significantly.
Yeah, because they put fear in them that somebody was coming to get them, so they went and got guns.
And then people got more guns now than they did before he even...
And more guns than there are people.
Bingo.
Counting children.
So to come back to Eric's question about what will be done, if people have been lied to, that the people that were lied to that showed up at the Capitol building and raided that place were looking for the trigger. They were already smoldering with this racism and this bias and this nationalism.
They were looking for something to point to animate them.
And these fools dropped the match on or poured gasoline on an already smoldering fire.
That's right. But here's the bigger problem, though, and this is nipping at the edges, right? So you can demonize the people being lied to, right? They were wrong. They were wrong as hell.
Right.
Right? But you don't ever go after the liars.
No, and that's the problem. You got to stop the proverbial statement: cut off the head of the snake.
Yeah. What about the liars?
They need to chop the head of the snake off. In this case, which are the liars,
because they're still lying.
They're still lying,
and they've got a network that participates in the lie with them, who's trying to make sure you don't learn about the lie.
From a dude who was born in another country that has come to the United States that's ripping our country apart. Seriously, Rupert Murdoch. So, Eric, what were your reactions? If I'm assuming there were some, when you saw this dude, what was his name? Mark Navarro.
Navarro. Yeah, and I talked about that last week. His dumb ass.
Okay. I mean, and Ari Melber tried to say, "Hey, look, player, you need to shut up, man."
Yeah, you kind of stepping on your own thing here, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let me get some calls here, man. Let me start with my man Jim calling from Chicago. Hey, Jim, thanks for holding, man. What's new, man?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Fantastic.
I just want to say the divorce from reality is so stark. In the 70s, when Nixon was in trouble, I made a sizable bet that he would be out of office in 3 months. And the reason I could make that wager was because people were competently sane. They were actually sane. They followed the bouncing ball, and they realized that Nixon was trying to fix the election. Now, fast forward to this insanity. You've got 20,000 people that tuned in. I went out for coffee and cigars in the morning just to get anecdotal reactions. That's fake news. I don't watch fake news. That's fake news. I don't watch that. I don't watch that. I mean, now, 50 years ago, everybody tuned in. They knew Nixon was a crook, and they bounced him. Yeah. And the Republicans bounced him. But you talk about mendacity. This is mendacity on steroids. These Republicans are telling us, don't watch this, because this isn't true. They didn't actually try to steal the levers of power. They didn't try to... a coup in the United States of America, attempting a voting coup. This made the Nixon thing look like child's play. Yep. The other things, I think, real quick, you've heard the expression, man does not live by bread alone, and I believe that. But anyway, Kushner, on the other hand, he took a $2 billion from that Benny chop-up man in Saudi Arabia, and nobody says this about these golfers are pikers, you know. Apparently, the people will do anything for money today. I mean, anything for money. Anything, yeah. Altruism and empathy are completely dead on arrival. But the point that I'm trying to make is, how could people be so divorced from reality in 50 years? I don't understand how they can get this. The Republican Party said, don't watch it. Don't watch that. We didn't do that. We didn't try to steal it. They had 140... If they had 140 Republicans sitting in their house while they were going to hang Pence, and not only if they did hang him, they probably would have thrown the votes out and put crazy Trump in there. Right. These are Republican politicians of the United States of America.
Right. Yep.
And they're telling you not to watch it. Don't watch it. Don't watch it.
It's all about lying.
Real quick. I know. Well, I know, but we don't live by bread alone. We have to live. We have to live like human beings. I mean, money isn't everything. Please believe me. The other thing is, I'm glad the Chubbies are getting out of town. Boy, the Yankees. I hope they can make it to the airport. Anyway, you guys have a good. Okay. You guys have a good afternoon.
All right, man. Thanks. Right, be well. Let me get Marcus calling from the South Side here. Marcus, what's new, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I haven't been on for like the last 3-4 weeks. And I'm going to go totally off topic, and hopefully you all will let me do that. But when I called in the last time, the statement that I made was white people, racist white people, fear smart, educated black people.
Yeah.
And my reasoning for saying that was, my grandmother, she came up during that era, and she was a teacher at a one-room black school, grade 1 through 12. And when white people did not allow us to be educated, it was against the law for us to be educated, to read and write. Her school was created because of that. HBCUs were created because of that, because we couldn't get into so-called white institutions. A few of us could, but most of us couldn't. But when I made that statement 4 weeks ago, there was a young man that called in after me that said, well, white people don't fear us. And I have to disagree with that, because they don't want us educated. They've never wanted us educated. My parents came from Mississippi and Alabama. And what I'm going to say is this, and I'm going to leave it alone. Throwing a brick through a damn window is not going to solve the problem. You all have a good day.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Marcus.
it, man. Let's get, we got enough time for this? Let's get Big R in here, man. My man, Big R. What's up, man?
Oh, the humanity of it all. I made a mistake. The mendacity of it all. Oh, my God. Hey, tell me something. Question. Do you think this country has suffered more from the mendacious foundation of all that what's going on, or the violence and hostility that brought about this country? Which causes more harm?
I think it's one and the same. I think I think one begots the other.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, one begets the other, man, and that's that mendacious, man. Dude, wow, man.
You get to move to the front of the class.
Right,
you meant to be a guest lecturer.
That's right, man.
Big R is a guest lecturer next week.
Mendacity is the noun. Mendacity is the noun. If you're being mendacious, then that's like the verb.
All right, now you're going overboard, man. Nobody want to know all that, man. Nobody want to know all that, man.
We had the most mendacious installed president in this century.
Okay, now you're showing off, player. Now, look here, Playboy. You're showing off now, man.
Do that, man.
Now you're showing off. Okay,
just take your award and go back to your seat.
I'm loving this because I totally had forgot about that word and what its meaning was. I hadn't heard it in so long. It was just really timely. It really was. That's what a lot of these reporters need to be saying to these Republicans, everybody, sir, you're being mendacious, aren't you?
Here it goes again.
Yes.
Now you're just showing off, man. Are you done yet, man? Are you done?
But you know, Big R, the good thing about what you're saying.
I'll jump to something. I'll jump to something else. Did you guys see the story about the empty the U-Haul full of all these?
Oh yeah.
Scared little
in Idaho.
Phobic a-holes in Idaho, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they were coordinated pretty good. They all had on their nice little khakis and the same
They're playing dress up. They're out there playing dress up.
Hats on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, some citizens saw them like, no, that don't look right. Let me call the police. And, you didn't know if they were black or white or whatever, but it's like so embarrassed. It's so embarrassing for them. It shows you how unorganized and just how stupid they are. They really are.
In a U-Haul van.
Better to do with your life than that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Big R, I appreciate you, man. Go home. Go and use that word some more out in public, man.
That's right.
Mendacity.
Okay.
Don't be mendacious this week, fella.
Yeah, man. Okay. All right, man. Be well. All right.
Hey, E. So the thing about the U-Haul van and those dudes that. Mm-hmm. So when Ann and I were driving back to Chicago today, I said, I'm not going to look at a U-Haul van the same way ever again.
Right. Packed with Klansmen.
With Klansmen, They're not in the back of pickup trucks anymore. They are now in U-Haul moving vans and trucks.
So I'll leave you guys as we go to this next break with this. I mean, so because of the mendacity, because you end up nipping at the edges of problems, you don't have any hope of really solving anything.
No.
I mean, all the stuff that troubles society, all the societal ills that are, quite frankly, pretty easy to solve. I mean, and easy is probably too aggressive a word. There's a solution that can be applied that, with some effort, can solve some of these problems. I'm talking about the obvious ones, the lack of housing, the lack of health care, the education. All those things can be solved, but because people are lying.
Yeah. Look.
And then they end up nipping at the edges and nothing gets solved.
The homeless issue is an example across the country. I mean, we got vacant buildings in the city of Chicago, in Cook County, that ain't nothing happened with them.
Yeah.
Why not say, as a leader, say, if that building stays unoccupied for X amount of time, you got to occupy it with. Yeah. I bet you they'd stop, or your tax abatement that we gave you to build that building,
or the buildings the city owns already.
Right.
Take those.
How easy is it?
I mean, if you want to carve out just a sub-segment, you've heard me say this before, just the veterans. None of them should ever be homeless.
None of them.
Ever.
And I don't care where they sit politically. They signed up to do the thing to protect us. I could care less where they sit politically, but they shouldn't be homeless.
As long as this country is lying to itself, especially.
I mean, they're lying to the veterans. I mean, of all people,
you will never get these things solved. So listen, deal with the lies first. All this stuff about guns and homelessness and stuff that they talk about is the real problem. It's not.
Nope, it's not. They lying about it because of the money, like Eric said earlier.
Top of the hour, y'all. Number 773-763-9278. We'll hit the phones when we come back. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
I just wanna see the best side of me.
Hello, this is Craig Bowen, golf coach at Benedict College. www.benedicttigers.com. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
Are you one of the 78% of Americans who'd like to speak with someone about a long-term care plan? Did you know that only 16% have had that conversation? Call the Polaris Insurance Agency at 312-951-2606. One of the Polaris agents in Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa can provide you with useful material, like what long-term care currently costs and what it could cost in the coming years according to the Genworth 2012 Cost of Care Study. With information like this, you'll have the power to plan. Call the Polaris Insurance Agency at 312-951-2606. Don't outlive your financial resources.
And you don't stop, keep it on, keep it on, keep it on. You don't stop, keep it on, keep it on. After the party, let's take a little time and talk about it. What's going through your mind? It has me shaking. Ooh, it looks so right. I wanna ride. See, I would be lying if I ain't tell you. It made me wanna flip and you can't tell me. You ain't feeling the same fish, girl, it's our chemistry. Like icing on a cake. I hope you stay so we can do our thing after the party.
Good afternoon, Chicago. My name is Timothy Hicks, Marine Corps vet. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, y'all. Number 773-763-9278. That's kind of my jam.
It is a jam. It should be. It's a great jam.
Coffee Brown ain't did much since, but
hey, if you collaborate a lot of one-hit wonders or two-hit wonders, whatever,
Yeah.
you can build a nice two-sided album.
yeah,
Definitely could do that.
The video for this song is pretty cool too, man. It's really an after party.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
As you're walking out, you had your last drink, about to get in the car. That's right. And they dropped this one on you. It's funny. We were telling. I was talking about my brother-in-law's two friends, Bob and Kev, and so we were telling them, meaning Ann and I, about the Howard Homecoming in 2019.
They ain't ready for that.
And that part, how
They listening now?
They're listening now.
Y'all ain't ready for Howard Homecoming, man. Y'all ain't ready.
See, I told you,
Y'all ain't
Kev. I
ready.
told you, Bob. But you got it. If you want to show up, you're welcome.
Y'all ain't ready, man.
You won't want to come back to Chicago.
And we've been pinned up for 2 years too for homecoming. Y'all ain't ready for what's getting ready. Y'all ain't ready for what's getting ready to happen, man. This homecoming, man.
But I got. I
was pricing my ticket this week, man.
Hey, man, I got to figure it out because I got some plans in California, but we may have to do a double week.
I don't care what the flights cost. I'm gonna be there.
I'll drive if you have to.
Right. I don't care if fuel costs are or nothing. I'm gonna be there.
It will be. You all don't understand. And puts it best. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
Right. Most people haven't.
True. So
773-763-9278. Mendacity's the word of the day. We probably should have a word of the day every show.
We should. Let's do that.
Yeah.
And
I actually have a word of the day every day myself, but
Well, I think it was Kev. Either Kev or Bob. One of them just texted us, y'all, that mendaciousness is his new word. He's going to use it in a sentence. So shout out to my man.
Yeah, I guess I have a feeling somebody's going to roll up on me one day this week and say, hey, mendacity. Hey,
that's you, dude.
Mendacity.
That's you.
Hey. Nothing fun today. That must be Matt, man. Is this Matt? Matt, what's up, man?
Well, let me tell you.
Get the damn shot, right?
Glad you're not. Yeah, glad you're not dead, because that would be very mendacious of you, Richard, if you were.
Here we go. Here we go.
Through all the shooting, through all the craziness, I think that we forgot just how bad January 6th really was. And watching that footage this week brought it all back into perspective. Made me remember every single bit of it. We're fighting a revolution, and then these two dumb nuts start running over to the White House, or what were they? Senate chambers.
Yeah.
These people are nothing but mindless little slaves to the orange Cheetolini, as Stephanie Mills would like to say. They have no conscience. They have no free will of their own. And then this absolute abomination of a human being gets on air, gets on whatever he writes on now because he's banned on Twitter, and says, they didn't talk about the really important stuff like how the election was stolen. These people will believe this man until the day he dies, until the day they die. They will never stop believing in this man. So what it is that it's left up to us to show everybody else who's still on the fence, which, mind you, I don't know how you can be on the fence. If you're still on the fence, your leg must have been impaled and you're stuck there. Because if you're still on the fence with this man, you've got a big problem. We need to show them the right way things are done. Richard, I'm glad you're okay. Devin, good luck. Eric, I remember distinctly you asked me to come to the Howard reunion just before the pandemic.
Homecoming.
So me and you, yes, homecoming. We got to get it on. And you know that clip I sent you, which means we're going to do the Howard Cha-Cha.
Oh, man, we lost it.
How about that? His phone is crazy again. See, man, your phone goes crazy on you, man.
Well, we got you, Matt. Thank you for the
when you call, you got to sit still, man. Sit still.
Matt's always kind of on the move.
Yeah, he's one of the guys on the move. He's a jet setter kind of dude.
He's doing his thing.
Jet setter kind of
so,
dude.
E, before you take the next call, I got to say this. There was one thing that did strike me about the testimony, and that was the officer Edwards, the woman who spoke. Because I hadn't heard her. I mean, the other folks had spoken or had testified prior to last week, but her testimony was,
I mean, but it was the same story, though. We got attacked.
But that's not the point. I want to know the person.
But that leads to my question, though. Well, what comes of this? So, yeah, we learned that she got attacked. We knew people got attacked.
Knocked unconscious. Came back fighting.
Came back fighting like a grown-ass man.
So what are we going to do to preserve her
grown-ass
honor?
Woman.
Right. What are we going to do to preserve her honor for that? Because she...
I mean, what do you do?
That's my question, too. So that woman got knocked in the head with a bike railing.
Well, I mean, listen, Bubbles was up in there with them.
Right.
And he gave out and got what he got.
Yeah.
We got to honor all of them.
All of them.
Right. But here's the underlying thing, though. These are the same people who group lie.
True.
So it cuts both ways.
It does.
Okay, let me get Jerry calling from Richmond Park here. Hey, Jerry, what's up, man?
Hey, man, how you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
What's up?
Good. Listen, I started picking you guys up about a couple of months ago. I think you do a pretty good job. I'm going to give you a B. I'm not going to give you an A. Give you a B.
Okay.
You're real good.
I'll take it. That's what I got in college, too. I'll take it.
Well, okay. The situation I got here is this. Now, I used to be president of a union. If you live in Chicago Transit Authority people, I represented all the guys on the rails and stuff like that. I've seen it all. I have a podcast show that I've been doing for years. And on that show, I used to tell people all the time, before people had their cell phones and stuff, I said, hey, wait till you see on these cell phones what the police are doing. And you're going to know what I'm talking about. I used to talk about how they were murdering people. And no, everybody says, well, he must have been doing something. But what happened is they did start getting the cell phone. Then they started seeing what I was saying was true. This is true. Same thing with this situation with the hearings that they had. Yeah, we know what happened. People know what happened. But put it in their face. Make them see it. You know, that's what's going on right now. And I like that. And one of the things that makes me know that it works, and this is us God true. I'll get this guy on with me if you want to, whenever you ask me to. He's a white guy. His name is Mike. He was a Trump supporter, a big Trump supporter. And he and I had big conversations about this. When he saw it, the hearing, he called me. He said, Jerry, you know what? You were right, man. You were right. This is what I'm talking about. You're not going to change them all, because some of these people just rotten to the core. But people that don't believe it, and you show it to them in terms that they can understand, and that's what this hearing is doing. I think it's doing a lot for what's going on.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, then, Jerry. Let me ask you a question. And I agree with you that there are people who will see that and be appalled because it's been kept from them by the system. But so if that is in fact the MO to get people to move, how then do you feel about society getting photos of children's bodies blown apart in the schools from these guns?
I think they should get them. I think they should see it, because this is what happens. And you know, another step going a little bit further than where we are right now, but with the guns, when you're talking about the guns and the AK-47s and stuff like that, problem I got with, and I'm a big Democratic supporter, because I've dealt with all of them. If you live in Chicago, you live in Illinois.
Yeah, I do.
You guys in Illinois?
South suburbs, though.
Okay. Every politician out here I've dealt with, and I know him very well. Even Mike Madigan, who's a very good friend of mine, I think they try to give him a raw deal. But anyway, with the automatic weapons, I think that the Democrats make a big mistake by going in there and say, "Please, let's just get me the background check." No.
Take them
Go in
away.
and tell them, I want to take all the weapons. Tell them I'll take everything from you. And then by the time you get through negotiating, you're going to get all that other stuff you want.
That's what Erica said so many times, Jerry.
Yeah, they start in the middle.
And wait, let me give you one more. People are saying, what are you all going to do about it? What are you going to do? I'm asking people, what the hell are you going to do about it? Mm-hmm. If you go to the polls and vote these clowns out, you win. They got AK-47s, and you got cannons with your ballots. Go and knock them out of there, whoever it is. I don't care what party you belong to.
Good point,
They're
Jerry.
not doing what you tell them to do. But if you sit on your butt and say, hey, what are we going to do? That's that is. But okay, I had to get that rant out. Okay.
Well, it's rant Sunday, so
Jerry.
call back again, man.
Yeah.
Listen, one other thing, guys. I wrote a book called Ungrateful, The Rise and Fall of Labor Unions. Pick it up and read it. You'll see a lot of stuff I said back then is in there.
Is it on, can you get it off a website somewhere?
You can get it off a website. You can get it from Amazon. You know, everywhere you get it from. You can get it from Amazon.
We'll post it on our social media for you.
Oh, appreciate that. Jerry Williams, Ungrateful, The Rise and Fall of Labor Unions.
Got it, man. Thanks, Jerry.
Okay.
Appreciate you, man.
Stay safe, man.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, he's right. I mean, so here's the thing.
Starting in the middle. Start way over here,
like they do,
and then say we. He's exactly right. I like the way he phrased it. We are taking your guns. You're damn right. We're gonna take your guns.
We're taking them all.
What you gonna do? We're gonna take them all. What you gonna do? We're gonna
and then work your way back to the middle. But Democrats start in the middle all the time and end up working to the right.
Yeah,
it never works.
We're gonna take your.
You end up getting nothing.
Your little 22 pearl handle that your grandmother gave you. We're taking that too.
Yep. All right, my girl Kenithia is on the line.
Uh-oh.
Kenithia, what's new, girl?
What'd you say? Oh.
That was me. That wasn't Eric.
That wasn't me.
Richard.
Don't put it on me.
That was me because I was worried about your shark suit.
Oh no, she's gone to rest for now because it's too hot out. Hey, but listen, here's the mendacity of voting. Did I say that right?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know if you did.
The lie of voting, the lying, the miss.
Yes, and it all started with who? Dred Scott.
Okay.
He's trying to tell y'all, if we don't vote, all of this other stuff don't matter. And they know it doesn't matter. That's why they make it so hard for us to vote.
Yeah.
We must vote. Now, Jesse Jackson, back in the day, proposed that vacant homes and buildings could be renovated by folks needing a job and a new skill. and nobody took him up on that. Okay, because he's from Chicago, and mental illness, as far as I'm concerned, is because you don't have a paying living wage job, and you don't know from day to day if you're going to be able to live in your own space or have to find something else. Mental illness, in some regards, can be born from how the economic situation is set up. And how does that set up? It all originated back in 1619. Dred Scott's going to tell you that because the people were losing their form of labor. Slaves.
Yeah.
Provided living for white folks.
Enslaved people. You mean enslaved people?
Enslaved people, yeah. And so another thing, that was, I had to write all this stuff down because y'all get me going so much. And I'm pot-free today.
Ooh.
So, and the gun laws. Here's the final thing about the gun laws. Back in the 70s, Reagan created some of the first gun laws. Why? Because he saw the Black Panthers in outfits standing on some of the government buildings holding AR-15s and rifles.
In San Francisco.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Joy Behar on The View brought that up. The quickest way to get the gun laws to change is to put a gun in every black person's hands and have them stand around a government building, and those laws will change with rapid speed, guarantee it.
Yep.
And then the other thing is that white supremacy with the people in Idaho, it is killing America to have to prosecute their own.
Mm-hmm.
And what's done in the dark will always come to light. It's good that the committee is showing what's going on behind the scenes with Trump and his allies and minions. These people need to be voted out, and whether you believe them or not, knowledge is power.
Eric says this all the time, and not to cut you off, but Eric says all the time, if we had done the things that our ancestors had done, the things that the ancestors of folks who enslaved us had done, and all the rest since then, it would be hard to want to prosecute our own. And so intellectually we understand it, but that doesn't mean we keep lying to ourselves and say that it didn't happen.
Well, and
or it wasn't that bad.
Or it wasn't that bad.
Right. Well, the other thing is that all of this could be squashed if everybody, like Stacey Abrams is telling folks, you got to get out and vote. Somehow, some way, that's the only way the pimple's going to pop.
That's nasty.
Too graphic.
That's all I got.
Thank you for that. Too graphic.
We love you, girl.
Pimple popping.
Kenethia in Colorado.
She pimple popping, man.
High altitude pimple popping. Mile high pimping popping. Pimple popping.
Pimple popping.
Good God.
Yeah, you know what? To Jerry's point, though, man, it's like Will Smith said, it's not getting worse. It's getting filmed.
That's it.
And, seeing it is a thing, but I believe in that as a principle, but I think that it's too selective. If that is our Mamie Till is the best example,
that's
right?
it.
She said, "This is what is happening."
Y'all need to see it,
and that changed things. So it's proof of concept right there. The problem is that they don't want to show you everything, right? This poor brother in Louisiana, and y'all please forgive me for not remembering that dear brother's name, who the police beat to death and lied and said he had a car accident.
Yeah, I can't call it either. But
right.
that's
they show that, but they keep blurring the parts that are horrific.
Right.
Don't do that.
If listen, and I'm going to say this because this is a situation where white America has to take the handlebars on this one. And I'm talking particularly white liberal America and white progressive or middle voting white America's got to take the handlebars on this one. Show those children, show the folks in Buffalo, so that we stop that people look at this and you can't look away. So that if after seeing that, if you still support, quote, the Second Amendment, then you are lying to yourself.
Except they don't.
What do you mean?
They don't support the Second Amendment. It's nothing to do with this. This is all about money.
Well, but they, I mean, okay, let me rephrase
They say it's the Second Amendment.
Right, they use the Second Amendment as their...
Right.
Their,
I refuse to engage them in that kind of argument because they don't mean that.
No, they don't. They don't. But take that and then overlay that onto this January 6th situation. Don't tell me what I didn't see. So to Eric's point, and he made this a couple of weeks ago, do we really need to see this in a trial fashion or what they're showing us now? There are people that need to see it. I'm with Jerry on how he positioned that.
Who? I mean, everything you've seen so far, what else is going to convince you that that's a problem?
We don't need a hearing to show what happened on that date. You're right.
Right. Or see any more footage.
Because we saw it that day.
Even the innocuous footage that we saw is enough to say that's bad.
That's bad, and those people should be prosecuted. Now, the people who caused it, who started it, who threw the match on the already with the gasoline.
Yeah, get the liars.
Right.
But if it takes you to see what we saw in the hearings to say, oh, I didn't know it was that bad.
But here's the thing.
You ain't paying attention.
But Eric, here's the thing. Part of that is how our justice system is. That's the issue. Let's be honest.
Well, okay, they lied too.
That's the failing of our justice system.
Right.
Saying that we got to have a trial and we have to go through all this. Well, in some cases,
we have to investigate.
Right.
They have a trial.
No, not really. It's right there.
That's what they say, though.
Right.
They say we need to investigate.
That's the problem with because
here we are a year and a half later, still investigating.
We know that if it were some darker skinned folks that had done it, that someone
they'd have shot their asses all down.
Done.
Wouldn't have been investigate what?
We'd be on to another topic, another lie, a more mendacity.
Yeah.
More mendaciousness.
All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
I'm Alicia Stewart. Check me out on Twitter at Alicia Stew, ALICIASTEW. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Everybody's got history. Where I've been is what makes me. Up and down, round and round. Yeah, I've seen some tough times, but
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
stop. Always keep it hot. Ow. Ow. Because I like what you do to me. Because I like it and it's all for me. I like my friends excited if they keep my fever rising. Cause I always like to keep it hot. Little girl, come to play, and I'll bet you wanna stay, and I guarantee I'll
This is Steve Casey, the MacArthur Foundation. Welcome back to the Family News.
Except Steve don't work for the MacArthur Foundation no more. I gotta get Steve in here.
Get that
Talk about, he's overseas now. I gotta talk about what he's doing these days.
Yeah. Shout out to my girl Karen in Oak Park. She's been working her tail off with some of the local primaries, so she may have a couple candidates she wants to have us consider talking to. But be prepared, Karen. If we have them on, we're gonna put it to them. They're gonna be softball questions.
You're right, man.
So just to let you know.
Yeah, they don't want to come here. It ain't gonna be scripted either.
Nope. We just gonna come at you with the real.
Yeah.
So
find out who you are and we'll ask you questions. That's right, man.
That's it.
All right, y'all. So the floor is yours now. We through with our rant, man. I'm tired now.
We'll hear what y'all got to say.
So let's hear. Start with my man Paul in Seattle after he's washed the dishes. Paul, what's new, man?
He bought a new dishwasher, right, Paul? That's what I heard.
No, I'm all done. You all tired out, so I got the ring now. I mean, you're looking like you guys looking like Ali Foreman in the 8th round. Now, somebody's about ready to go down. Okay.
What's up, Paul? Guns.
30 seconds left in the 8th. Both fighters look tired. Ali backs into the corner.
This says Howard Cosell.
That's right. So let's get to the crux of the issue on guns. There's really only one place to start, and that is repealing. Now, if I've said this before, don't stop me, because everybody needs to hear it again. I sent you my article that I wrote about this. I sent it to your email, and please post it on your Facebook page and your Twitter. Okay, so the law that the Republicans passed in 2005, repealing, giving the gun industry carte blanche exemption from strict product liability is the crux of the issue. And the Republicans know that because that's what they did straight away after the assault weapons ban expired in 2004. So they said, well, if we're going to have assault weapons, now you guys, I think, are insurance men. They said the gun industry is going to need some really good gold Cadillac insurance, the kind that only the U.S. Congress can get them, which is absolutely freedom from liability. And the reason this is a problem is because the gun industry does not have to internalize the external costs of their product to society, as every other product sold in America has to. Every product, by the way, does to a lesser or greater extent have some externalities. It costs the society something. And so, what do the companies do? They set some money aside to cover the liabilities that they'll have to pay out. So if the gun industry had to do that, an AR-15 would not cost $700 or $1,000. It costs $3,000 or $3,500.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens then? Let's just say the free market that the Republicans love so much. Well, when the price of something goes up, the demand goes down. And then they say, this damn thing is barely worth selling. We don't make any profits out of it because we're not getting, the demand has gone down. The other thing that the gun industry would do is they would start buying their own weapons back so they stop getting sued. So if an AR-15 costs $3,000, they might be willing to give you $3,000, which then drives up, yes, the price on the black market, which there still will be, but it drives that up, which also brings the demand on that down, and eventually the companies will stop making these stupid weapons. The third thing is, if you, like every other company, hold them to product liability, get this, the gun industry will be the ones who are all for these other reforms like background checks and red flag laws and all this stuff. Why? Because when those laws are in place, those become defenses to the liability claims against them, see? If they say, oh, wait, this guy didn't get a background check, so we have an exemption claim. We can fight this claim against us for, Can you imagine if the Las Vegas shooting alone, 587 people were shot, 59 died. If all of those people have a tort case against that manufacturer of that weapon and the bump stock, by the way,
they'd be out of business,
and that company would be out of business,
and their supporters would be.
If they had to be liable.
Yeah. Well, you're making my point. This is about the money. This isn't about Second Amendment or any of that garbage. It's all about the money.
We got to stop. You know what? We got to stop knee-jerk reacting and arguing with them in the spitting match, schoolyard spitting match, about they keep baiting us with the Second Amendment and life begins at conception, all this crap. If you just follow the money and the constitutional arguments, we don't have to get into it with them. Because if you just say, hey, the free market, and internalizing insurance like every other company has to do, the free market will take care of itself. Then we don't have to say, the liberals are taking away your guns, man. And that makes them all hyped up. No, the gun industry is going to take away your guns. That's who's going to take away your guns.
That's right.
The people who make the guns are going to say, we don't trust you fools with these things. We're not going to make them anymore.
Paul, good point as usual, man. Thank you for that, man. I just posted your article as well, okay?
Thank you.
You bet, man. Take care.
Take care, Paul.
All right.
And to his point, Eric, a good example is why they don't allow the gun. The proof of that there's a liability issue is that they don't allow guns at their convention.
At the NRA convention, no guns allowed.
Right. So who's got the Strassos to drop the case on the NRA that and the manufacturers take what Paul said and put it and reverse order that and say, okay,
no, because this is about the money.
Right.
But they got Democrats chasing around the Second Amendment.
Stupid.
Right? Because they're too stupid to realize they're being had.
Yeah.
All right, let me get my man Earl calling from Hyde Park. Earl with them wooden skating wheels, man.
Yeah.
Hey. What's going on, man? Cassidy, both of you. If I roll down the window one day when I roll up on you, so holler back at me with, hey, Earl in Hyde Park.
With the wooden skating wheels, right. What's new, man?
All right, the reason why... No, nothing much. The reason why I decided to chime in today was one of your earlier callers had suggested that when he had called in 3 weeks ago, somebody had followed him up and said that white folks ain't scared of black folk and yada, yada, yada. And I think that might have been me that made a comment to that effect. Now, what I meant by that was, sure, there's a spectrum of white folks, and some might be, and all this other stuff. But I'm going to say the vast majority of them, or at least a large part of them, aren't afraid of us. Now, what I mean by that, they have weaponed up to the max. They get in the basement making their own bullets, they're modifying their guns. They want us to say, come on up in here if you think you're bad. I got something for you. They go hunting every weekend or go shooting every weekend, go down to the range. They dialing in their weapons and all this other stuff. So from the standpoint of being afraid of us coming in and doing harm to them, I'm going to say that there's a good number of white folks that are out there that's not worried about that. And proof to the pudding down, I'm saying, we have all these white kids that are finding these guns and blowing their own selves up. You know what I'm saying? Because these kids get them and think they're toys and start playing around with them. And the parents are, at fault, but what you going to do? You're not going to sue the parent necessarily after they done lost their kid. And so I'm trying to say is that I think we over-exaggerate our fear factor with white folks. Now, and the reason why I also say that, then I'm going to jump out, is because I used to work with them. I used to work with what I call Trump followers long before they were Trump, identified as Trump followers. But, white folks who were buying guns, going hunting every weekend, going to the gun range, and actually playing paintball, man. I mean, the number of white folks that I knew who went doing paintball exercises and stuff was amazing. So if you think, and you got to realize that also many of the folks that come out of the armed services are white. They've already been to battle. They've already been to Iraq. They've already been to Iran. I mean, not Iran, but Afghanistan. So they've been tested and so on and so forth. So let's not over-exaggerate our fear factor there. They just don't want us in their neighborhood. They don't want us marrying their daughters, or they don't want their daughters marrying us men. There are all kinds of economic reasons why, and marketing reasons why they don't want us in their neighborhoods or want us in their schools. Because like you were saying earlier in broadcast, you know, it was illegal to even educate black folks. But I just wanted to put some perspective on that from my experiences. Most of the male white men that I have come in contact, they're practicing with their guns. They go out hunting quail. They come back with 200 quail.
200? You said 200?
Yeah, 200.
You've been drinking today, man. Ain't nobody shot no 200 quail in one outing, man. What are you talking about?
No. Listen to me. Listen to me now. I've been to these.
That's a mass murder, man. What are you talking about? 200 quail?
Now, well, wait a minute. Don't jump off on it. Let me explain. I've been to these hunting lodges where they have quail all over the place, and they take them out hunting, and they come back with 200 quail. I'm not lying to you.
You've been drinking, Earl. You've been drinking again, man.
No, I'm not.
Or smoking,
I'm
then.
going to tell you straight up, man.
200? What do you do with 200 quail?
200 quail.
What do you do with who's got a refrigerator that big? What do you do with 200 quail, man?
They bring them back in a U-Haul truck.
No matter what they do with it, they just want to shoot.
Oh, okay. They just got 200 dead bodies.
They don't understand what they're doing. They want to hit moving targets.
No, I take your point, man.
Play pigeons.
I take your point, man. I think you're exaggerating a little bit, but I take your point.
I'm not exaggerating about that, man.
200 quail, man. What do you put 200 quail, man? What do you put that?
Quail.
Where do you put them?
I don't know where you put them. I'm just telling you.
Earl.
Come
on, man. Come on, man. Stay on topic, please. Good God.
Earl been drinking today, man. I'm telling you, Earl been drinking, man. I'm telling you.
All right, I'm not going to argue with you. I know for a fact that I know for a fact what I'm saying is true.
Okay,
all right, fine.
All right, I'm messing with you, man.
We won't say that.
I've been to the hunting lodges. I was going fishing. I don't hunt.
All right, Earl.
I'm messing with you, man. Don't worry about it, man. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, well.
Have you ever had quail before? Have you ever etten quail before, man?
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
You haven't eaten quail before, man? They got 200 of them, so there's plenty of it.
Oh, Lord.
Ain't enough meat on the quail for me, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, please don't. Raccoon or something, man.
Quail is about the size of a chicken bone.
Oh, my God.
Feathers off of it.
Okay. Go ahead. Go and get your raccoon for dinner then, man. Go and get that, man.
All right, Earl.
All right, Earl, man. Appreciate you, man. All right.
All right.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's get drunk-ass Adrian in here, man. Oh, drunk-ass Adrian.
You want to follow that?
Yeah, I follow it. Yeah, look, Earl might not have been drinking, but I definitely have. It's Sunday. It's family meeting on, so you know that's what I'm doing.
That's right, baby.
That's right, baby. Man.
Now, listen, I think Earl is missing the point. The fact that they have, and this is not what I wanted to talk about, so I'll make it quick. The fact that they have all them guns and all of this is not proof that they're not afraid of us. But them stockpiling all of these guns, you could say is proof that they are.
Yeah.
Afraid of something.
I mean, because they're afraid of something. I mean, the reason that they use for stockpiling all these weapons is so that they can defend themselves from a tyrannical government, right? But all this time, what are they doing?
Killing
They're
each
shooting
other.
people in churches. They're shooting people in grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it don't make no sense.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense for you to have all those weapons unless you think you're going to have to use them for something. And what are you having to use them for? Whatever it is you fear you're going to have to use them for. So because you have them doesn't mean you're not afraid. It just means you're ready for whatever it is you fear. So I just think that, Earl might have his wires crossed a little bit. But anyway, on to the January 6th commission. I watched it. I'll probably watch all of it. It wasn't any. I didn't see or learn anything new. But I think what made some people pay attention was the timeline. See, things can happen, but when the dots are connected and the timeline Because a lot of times, like when you see law enforcement, when they're asking people questions, they don't just say, well, what happened? They say,
when did it, how did it happen?
time were you in this place or that place? They try to put people at the site of the crime when it happens. They have to know what you knew, when you knew it, to see if what you knew and what you did when you knew it led to whatever the crime was. And I think they're laying out a case, piece by piece, showing people the timeline to prove that Dope 45 not only knew what was going on, but knew it was going to happen before it did. And the other thing I just got to say is, I think I want Liz Cheney to have my baby.
Who?
Liz Cheney. I want her to have my baby.
Oh, that's nasty, man. You made me throw up my mouth a little bit, man.
Wow. Well, hey, but if her husband has anything to say about it, maybe you and Liz might.
Oh, hold on a second, man. You nasty, Adrian, man. You drank too much, brother. You had too much to drink. You sit your ass down somewhere, man, and just take a nap. All right.
And I think that ship is, no disrespect, but I think she would tell you, yeah, Adrian, that ship has passed for me.
Yeah, man. This, don't do that.
All due respect to
don't
Liz.
say that out loud no more in public, man. Don't say that no more.
Well, you know, she went to school here in Chicago. She did her graduate work in law work here in Chicago. So look her up, man.
Don't.
Listen,
don't.
That was just a small exercise in mendacity right there.
Okay, there you. I knew he was gonna get it in. Yeah. All right, take your drunk ass to bed, man. We appreciate you, man. Be well.
Y'all have a good one.
Okay,
right,
man. Thanks. Boy, being drunk is something, man. It is something, man. Okay, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
There's nowhere to go.
Hi, this is Jennifer Marlowe from Wintrust Wealth Management. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
A 2016 study estimated that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft last year. Fight back against your identity being stolen by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. Yes, that's only $6 per month by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, thefamilymeeting.com, and click on the link.
Clap your hands, everybody, if you got what it takes. Cause I'm Curtis Blow, and I want you to know that these are the breaks. Brakes on a bus, brakes on a car, brakes to make you a superstar, brakes to win and brakes to lose. But these here brakes rock your shoes, and these are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it up.
This is Oliver Gibson. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, y'all. So listen, mendacity is the word for the day. Use it as best you can.
That's right. Well, my girl Karen out at Oak Park made a good point. Kind of similar to what Adrian said about putting the dots.
Did Karen
together.
call?
She didn't. She sent me a text.
Oh, okay.
That sent the.
Karen then we sent a text. She didn't call.
I know.
No private ass conversations around here. What's wrong with you, Karen?
Hey, man.
Nobody care what you think if you didn't call her.
That's right.
Nobody care.
I tried to tell her. She didn't want to listen to me. She'll listen to you. She don't listen to me.
I'm sorry. What did Karen say?
She basically said the
Karen?
power of the hearings is that it will connect some dots from people who've been tuned out. So kind of what Adrian
If
was
you
saying.
need some dots connected at this point.
Timeline. That's all.
Look, for what though? For what?
For the people who don't pay attention. This could into our conversation about intellectually curious people or lack thereof.
You ain't paying. If you're not even paying attention, I got to feel some kind of way about you.
I agree.
I mean, I understand that you ain't being read in on the politics and the politicians and their positions. But they attacked the damn Capitol.
Why would you need to be read in on that stuff? I mean, they broke into your house. Why would you need to be read in on that?
Yeah.
That's the part that.
I didn't know they broke in like that though.
Yeah, I didn't just see. That's what ticks me off.
Wait a minute. I heard he killed some people, but I didn't know he killed them like that.
I heard he had.
He killed him.
200 quail. I didn't know that they had that many.
Let me see what Dave in Sacramento's got going on, man. Hey, Dave, what's new, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Well, I'm basically volunteering my time, right now. Which is good. So
they let you out on furlough or something from prison or something? Why are you volunteering your time?
Oh hell no, man. No, look, I've never been in prison. I'm a clean-cut guy. Got my own house. I make a lot of money. I got my crap together. I was going to use the other word, but be careful on the FCC.
Right, there you go. Thank you for that.
Like I said, you get it. I got my crap together. I went to school, got a great job. I'm a manager and so forth and all that. But the other guy, he needs to listen to Wayne Hayes, the country singer, and listen to that AA song. That's what he needs to listen to. As far as I'm concerned, this gay pride situation, this white supremacist that I heard last night when I got home, that really ticked me off. I got a lot of gay friends. They've been married legally in the 50 states under federal law for about 20 years. And a lot of my friends are married legally now. And you get white supremacists. They're out there disrupting people's, pride event, all because you don't like it. You don't like their lifestyle. And I don't know what's going through your head. And I don't know if you need some help. But it's none of your business. If you don't like gay people, if you don't like their pride event, mind your own damn business.
Amen.
Mind your own damn business. And the other thing as well, I hope and pray to God that these people's faces are posted. And I'm talking to you because they know they listen to your radio too. I hope your face is posted on CNN and your employer sees your face and fires you when you get back home. Because nobody wants an idiot who wants to harass people on a private event or disrupt a private event and then have that person working at the company where they disrupted an event like that in their company when you happen to be a big liability, especially if there's gay people that are married in your company that you work with. Now, I hope you get fired when you get home because and I hope that employers watch these people's faces. They get posted and blasted all over media because that's wrong. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad, and I want to thank the police officer that did a good job for, arresting these people. It could have been worse. It could have been worse, and I'm glad that the other person who basically saw that there was a problem reported that to the police and called the police right away, and I'm glad that the police department acted very fast and efficiently to arrest these idiots.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't bother a gay pride event, and if you don't like it, mind your own business.
Yep.
Mind your own business. MYOB. And move on.
That's true, Dave.
Good acronym. Dave, I appreciate it, man. Drive safe, okay?
Stay safe, Dave.
Thanks.
He makes a good point about, but the link that I'm making to this, Eric, is when we get closer to the midterm elections, when these fools start showing up at voting locations. You know this is going to happen. And I want to see how the law enforcement is going to step in.
See, but they don't do that in Chicago, though.
No, it ain't going to happen here.
See, but what it does, though, when they don't do it in places like this, it makes the people here insular.
Happen. I know. You're right.
It's not a real thing.
You said that a bunch of times. That's the one challenge, if you will. I think we're going to get a call from a particular person who's got an opinion about connecting the dots. Karen's going to try to call in before we head out.
I blocked them. She can't. You waited too late, Karen.
See?
You waited too late.
Told you.
Man, busy firing off texts and you can't get in. That's how that works, see? That's how that works.
Got to catch us early.
For heaven's sake.
Because we got to get Tommy, because if we don't get Tommy...
Yeah, we're going to get some busted windows up in here.
We can't have that.
Yeah. So let's see what's going on with Tom, shall we?
Yep.
Tom, what's up, man?
Well, first of all, Richard, it's so great to see you back on your feet, and to all those who may be sequestered or getting back on their feet. Richard, I'm going to talk to Eric in just a second. But, Richard, I came up to the studio last week, and whatever Eric said, whatever line that he went down, I went down a different road. I went down the road of can we just get along? Can we have a difference of opinion and get along? And the callers called in, Richard, and they said that I don't know what the hell is wrong with Tommy. He's all over the place, because I just wanted to simply prove a point. Eric, I said to you that I would not be watching the January 6th hearings. Well, let me say it to you like this. You knew full well that I would watch it, because I just wanted to see exactly what I already knew. But more importantly than this, Richard, Eric, and the people who are listening, the opening mantra by Representative Thompson gave a complete history lesson of Skip U. I do not think that individuals recognize, as we are speaking right now, that on January the 6th, that white people said to white people, the hell with your votes. And white people are not afraid of black people. I don't even know why we even waste our time with this absolute rhetorical nonsense. Do black people own electric stations? Can they turn off the water? Can they shut off cell phone towers? Can they ground airplanes? Oh, I ain't even talking about the military. So why do we waste our time going down this? You know the number one reason why whites have such a stockpile of weapons? Because if you're not paying attention to what was being showed to you on January the 6th, they have those weapons to fight against themselves, because the Civil War has never ended. A defeated battle flag was at the Capitol of the United States of America. Police were in distress and some killed, and yet the local police around in the area who were close enough, who did not need a reason other than the fact that one of their brothers in blue had not only been injured, but killed. And they did not even show up. So for individuals who are sitting around now, do you understand when I call in and I tell you Skip U? They have turned this whole scenario, us against them, using racism as the number one key to stir up people's fears, to talk about gay people, to talk about whoever you want, the Spanish people, they're taking your jobs. Everything other than the fact that looking at the people who are in the Senate and the Congress who has none of the concerns that you have as a working person in the United States of America. I suggest and I say to you that come the midterm elections, for you to go in there and vote for an individual that has clearly shown you that they don't care nothing about your vote, they don't care nothing about your life, they don't care whether you white, black, green, or blue, and they definitely do not care about women or children. So then let me just end this for that character who wanted to say that he didn't think a brick through a window would solve anything. See, when you don't have a Tommy bobblehead in front of you, dude, then you will clearly not understand the fact that the brick is the power of the vote. And the only time that you have the opportunity to break the glass ceiling that seals you in to wherever you are is when you have that opportunity to cast that vote, which is that brick, to break that window in the hopes for a better commonwealth known as the United States of America. Leastwise, all you need to do is ask, why is Ukrainian fighting against slavery? Keep listening to the Family Meet, because you know what? We are in serious trouble. Serious trouble. And you still don't get it. Goodbye.
Thanks, Tom. That's our weekly contribution to your community. And by the way, I stand for all the green voters. He mentioned blue voters. Green voters, though, I stand with them.
So, let's do some quick math to something that Tommy said. How many African-American adults are there in the United States of America?
Oh, there's probably about 18 million black people in the country, so you got to believe the half are children, a little more than half are children.
So let's say that number, let's call it 10 million voting black folks, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Tommy's point is well made.
Did I say 18?
Yeah.
15%?
1-8.
No, 40. 40 million.
40 million. Okay.
40 million.
So let's say 20 million of those people are voters.
Okay.
All right. And let's say they all voted in the 2020 election. That means 62 million other than black folks voted for Joe Biden. So Tommy's point is really, from a numerical standpoint, really powerful, and that is.
You mean if they voted?
No. I'm just trying to do round numbers and make it simple. If 20 million black folks voted, then 62 million other than black people voted in the 2020 election for Joe Biden. So this is why we say this is a problem that white America's got to get their arms around and stop lying to itself. That means that the other people who voted for 45 tried to take away the vote of 62 million people that are not black. They basically said, we're going to block what 62 million people wanted to have done. And I know it's kind of a nuanced, nerdy thing, but that's
sure is.
But that's a way I think of looking at what Tommy just said, which is hell yeah.
But it's only dramatic if you're an intellectually curious person, though. It's not even dramatic otherwise.
I know, E, but sometimes I hear that stuff and I go, oh yeah, that there's some numbers you can attach to that, because
people like that who believe otherwise, they respond to that with anecdotal evidence. It doesn't even hold statistical water, so you can't even have conversations with them.
I know. And
the point is, the point is that I'm trying to make today, though, and you're exactly right. I don't want to make you feel like you're not right. The point is, we got to make sure that the liars are hiding, not us. Yeah. Don't hide from the liars.
Yeah, let's circle
back.
Give
the liars smoke so that they hide.
So to circle back to something Eric said early on. What that means is, from now on, if you're in an environment, whatever it might be, work, social, charitable, and there's a group of people or person in that environment that you're fearing to take your smoke to them.
Because he or she's been lied to, and that they're lying to others now.
Right. You have to be willing to take your smoke to them so they fear you.
And they don't want to engage with you.
Right? Rather than the other way around.
You can't not want to engage with them.
Call out the damn liars.
Right. Make them be quiet.
Shut up. STFU as the acronym is.
STFU. I'm no good with acronyms.
I can't say it on the air. Shut
the oh God, okay.
Front door.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
That's what you want them to be thinking. Ooh, I don't want to talk to Eric. I don't talk to Richard because they're gonna bring the heat. Right. That's how you. So if there's a message,
proof of concept is right here.
There it is.
It's right here. They don't call here. They don't mess around with us. They complain that we're not nice to them.
Right.
they want us to be nice to them.
Wait, E, to use your phrase, when we don't open with a hug, when they bring that noise, they're like, ooh, I don't want to mess with Eric and Richard or other, the family meeting, because the family meeting will. And listen, we have some great listeners that come with some stuff that isn't always on point.
Yeah.
But they realize we're going to come back for some more because we're gaining some knowledge here. They are intellectually curious enough to say, yeah, okay, maybe what I said wasn't quite right. And that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But the people who come to the table in general, like you said, that person at work who's holding you at bay,
or got you cowering and avoiding them,
clutching your pearls when you walk in the door.
Well, I'm not going to go eat in the lunchroom today because he might be there, and I don't want to engage in a conversation about Trump or whatever.
And this extent,
you go take over the damn lunchroom.
Bingo. You walk
in
him
and go away.
You knock a couple tables over and say, "Dude, now what you going to do?"
Right. Right, and we're not suggesting going there and punch nobody in the mouth. That ain't what we're saying.
But don't let them raise their fists at you.
We can't be hiding from these people. You can't not want to engage them in conversation. You got to make them shut up.
Right.
Shut up.
Right.
You're stupid.
Exactly. And it could be at work. It could be, again, like I said, some of the social things that you do, your own damn family.
Yeah. I'm concerned about the effort at decorum with these hearings going forward. I ain't interested in decorum. I'm interested in the truth.
I'm waiting for somebody to step
truth
out.
Truth in the face of liars is all you need.
Yep.
It's all you need.
Sunshine on the lie.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, man, I'm glad you're back, man.
I'm glad to be back.
Hey, Devin, you glad he's back? Hey, Devin, you glad he's back? He's all right, right? He's all right.
I got thumbs up from Karate D up in there.
Kung Fu Devin.
Kung Fu Devin.
Yeah. So it's that time again, y'all. It's where we end the broadcast.
Yeah.
But this time I'm going to remember, though, to remind you to hit our website.
Yep.
If you didn't hear earlier, that site is tfmradioshow.com. Make sure you click the button, become a patron, because we'd love for you to be a patron of the broadcast. That's what keeps us on the air here, because we're not relying on advertisers to do this.
Nope.
Not towel. Not towel.
Because they tell lies. They want us to tell lies.
Yeah, they want to censor what we do here. And you know you don't want that. All right, y'all. That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours. Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.